Okay, raining last night, raining this morning, then tried to snow, big ass flakes. Now there's just like, it looks, if I didn't know the temperature outside, it looks like a nice summery spring day. And now the sun's coming out and there's clouds. The weather is going through it. And I am too. I got like a weird headache, eye pressure thing going on. I got a new drink from Dunkin'. This is the Cloud Latte. It's just chocolate cold foam on a coffee. The Cloud Latte. Cloud outside, cloud right here. Well, you know it's not going to be like a dark, gloomy cloud on your day, this video. Ow! We're back doing another Q&A. Yes, Goobers, hello! Every 6 months on my YouTube channel. I've had it for about 5 years. It sounds like I'm talking about a car. How long have you had the YouTube channel? About 5 years. Runs okay. Good quality content over there. A couple of stinkers, last year. That's fine. Channel's doing pretty good. About every 6 months on the YouTube channel, I do a Q&A. I ask you guys on Instagram stories, Patreon, and on my YouTube community tab, in case you missed it, to ask me questions. Now, I ask you guys one question. I go, send me a question. And I get 1,000 questions back. I love it. I love it. I'm going to get through as many as I can. We're going to do more on the Patreon. Some of the questions that you guys asked, I've already answered them in past Q&As, and I feel like the answer has not changed. I usually skip those, so apologies. Or maybe I haven't, the answer has changed. I don't know. People are allowed to change. Life changes. Changes. I've compiled all of the old past Q&As in a very convenient place on my YouTube channel called a playlist. You can check those out. My car still smells like the Italian food from Friday's video. Mitch Saunders said, would you rather take a bath in mayonnaise or take a shower in soup? Like, the soup is the water? So there's like just chunks of broccoli and like beef hitting me in the head. Bath and mayonnaise? I don't like taking baths. I would probably take a bath in mayonnaise though. But wouldn't that smell be overwhelming? You're just like sitting in like a tub of mayonnaise. Either the soup is hitting me constantly. Oh my, and the noodles and the chicken and the carrots and the green bean. Or I'm just like, me just sitting in a bath of mayonnaise. I don't know. Comment down below what you guys would do. Maybe I'm not seeing a loophole here. I'm gonna say bath and mayonnaise. Bazzy Bear 1025 asks, what's an aesthetic / personality / way you wish you were or had but no, you never will? This is a little bit of a tongue tweezer, a little bit of a thinker. And they put in parentheses to help me. They said, mine's minimalism, both in design and belongings. I wish I didn't overthink so. I wish I wasn't an overthinker. You know what? I'm going to overthink this answer. But at the same time, I wouldn't want to be a person who never critically thinks about anything. The opposite of overthinking is not just normal thinking, it's underthinking, being underprepared, not thinking about people's like feelings and how actions cause consequences or reactions. Like, I think I'm very worrisome. The opposite of that, if I was just cool, chill, that'd be great. That'd be great if I wasn't so worrisome. An easier answer, an aesthetic that I'll never have. Cute girl next door, not prim and proper, but like, always like looks effortlessly cute. I barely could even say it. Effortlessly cute is not my aesthetic. No. Whenever I leave my house, it looks like I haven't left in a long time. I haven't been outside. I don't know what the weather is. I'm ill prepared. It looks like I'm running an errand because we're out of every single morsel of food in the house and all I need to do is just go to the grocery store and pick up a gallon of milk. I never leave my house like effortlessly cute. I leave the house to go do errands and then at the last minute someone could be like, oh my gosh, we're gonna go get lunch at like this nice fun place. Do you want to go? I never have an outfit that transitions into multiple things. I leave my house to do errands and I come back. Do we get what I'm saying? The T Marie 416. What TV competition show would you want to be a judge on? My boyfriend and I think you'd rock Chopped. Is Chopped the one with Gordon Ramsay? Probably some type of food show because I make food content and I feel like I have a good way with words talking about food. I would love to take a bite out of a piece of cake and be like, oh, that tastes like, Christmas morning at your Mama's house while the cows are breaking out of the stable and you got to put your shit kickers on while you got a cinnamon roll falling out of your mouth. That's what that tastes like. What flavor is this? Carrot cake? Oh, shit on a shingle. Where's that one where it's like, I don't like that show, the Is It Cake show. That doesn't interest me. But one where it's like the cooking bake-off shows, but with amateurs. I want to be judging people just like me. I go, this tastes like you have a hangnail. Do you have a hangnail today? You go, I got 7 hangnails. Look at, I got 1 Band-Aid. There's no hangnails in here. This tastes like you have a hangnail. It tastes like your hands are mad. Like, what? This was not made with love. Maya _Taurus 95 asks, if you were to get another tattoo and were forced to choose between a movie quote or a book quote, which would you choose from? How long would it be and where would you get it and where is it from? Oh, for the love. I don't know many book quotes off the top of my head. Maybe it would be like a movie quote. I just talked about My Big Fat Greek Wedding. Maybe it would be something from that. It's Okay, I Make Lamb. Maybe it's from like She's the Man. 1-800-BIATCH. Oh my gosh, I would probably get 1-800-BIATCH. Like right above where my jean shorts always sit. That's not necessarily one I want to be out and about. Like maybe like on my ankle, running up the back of my ankle, 1-800-BIATCH. That'd be kind of funny. I don't know. Good question. Bratsgirl_2896 said, have you ever had a class in college where the professors were horrible? I've had a couple incidents, run-ins with professors in college. There's a lot of like the gen ed classes, the ones that like you already did all high school and then you got to college and you're like, we still have to do these generic general classes to like get more money out of me. There's always those classes. A couple of times, me and the teacher, I was like, I just don't get why we're doing this. I'm not really sure why we're even here. I did take one math class in college. Thank goodness there's only one math class. Now, in high school, I only took 3 years of math. By the 4th year of high school, I'd somehow found out the loophole that you don't have to take 4 years, at least where I went to school. So I dropped out of calculus, which I was like borderline failing, and they put me back in gym class. Such a weird year. So then when I got to college, I had to take one math class, and I had this teacher. His name was like Mr. Parrot or something. It was something to do with birds. I was getting by, C's get degrees. He was big on like everyone had to participate. Everyone as part of their grade got a participation part of their grade. And I was like, you know what? I don't know what's going on so much that I also can't even participate with a question because I don't even know what to ask. So then he turned around and had figured out that I hadn't participated in class, and I was like, I'll just get a 0 for my personal participation in class. That's fine. He had somehow turned around and had this whole vendetta where he's like, if Christine does not participate in class at least once or twice in the next couple of weeks, everyone in class will get a 0 for participation. And I said, really? Because that's funny. This is a math class because this don't add up. Everyone's participation grade depends on my singular participation, even though we're not in a group project. We're all just in a class together. How does that work? I passed the class. It was fine. I came up with some bullshit questions to ask. It was fine. But I won't forget you, Mr. Parrot, whatever your name was. Pam Elaine. I don't know why that's funny. Pam Elaine. Pam Elaine. If you had to work at a sit-down office job, aka a cubicle farm, what would you be okay doing every day? How would you dress and how would you decorate the cubicle? No limitations. Oh my god. First of all, I kind of think that being a content creator, editor, YouTube long form, I spend so much time editing. I feel like it is a cubicle job. It's definitely a sit-down job. A lot of my job is sitting down editing. If I had to go into an office every day and we all sat in like those open-end cubicles, I think that would be so much fun. I don't know how to explain that. I love this like little like almost like a group setting. Hopefully my coworkers would be fun. What would I be fine doing every day? I love paperwork as well. I love physical paper. I would love to be doing like organizing paperwork, calling this person. Well, Jim, I don't know. You're gonna have to figure out, the delivery date on that because they need it by the 7th for that event. I don't know. Okay, I'll get back to. I think I would have a really fun time doing like not stewardess work. What's that called? The person from clerk? No, secretary. And of all of us like in the cubicle, kind of like worked on like the same type of project, and I had to keep going over to like Pam, and I was like, Pam, I can't figure out these numbers. And like there's structure to that, which I think a lot of my life right now doesn't have structure. I would love going into work and they go from 9 to 5. These are the things that I have to get done. Here's paperwork. You love paperwork. How would I dress? The dress part is the hard part. I can't do business. I can't do business casual. My outfit would be the most boring thing about me. I'd probably be like a Steve Jobs where I have like the same outfit every single day. Lastly, what would my cubicle look like? As soon as you said cubicle farm, I would start thinking of everyone in the office as like sheep, and I would have us do like little sheep races on like the wall. Or if I was like trying to figure out where everyone was in the office that day, I'd put us like all in like a stable. The stable means everyone's at work, and if they're out in the pasture, it means like they got fired. Oh my gosh, they're out in the pasture. It would look like my office now. A shit ton of post-it notes, fun little inside jokes, important dates, like an important date calendar, but instead of just important dates of mine, anybody could come and write up like a fun date on there. They're like, I'm actually going on a real date on Friday. Write that, put on the calendar. Someone's like, I have a dentist appointment on Tuesday. I'll never remember. Put that on the important date calendar. Like a communal important date calendar, but it's kind of just like funny, goofy things. I could go on forever. At Infrognito296, do you have anything you filmed long format and maybe even started or maybe completed editing that you've never released? What was the premise, and was there a reason you decided to cut it? I don't know if I've ever talked about it. I did a whole, like a video essay. I basically like got off my phone for a week. I had limited screen time. I put up all these parameters, taking a lot of data for myself, and I did it for a whole week, and I vlogged every day talking about like the stats, how I felt, if I was productive, like what did I miss. So I did it for like 7 days. I mean, it was eye-opening just to be off your phone. It really is that damn phone. Most people have like a phone addiction. I even kept stats, how many times I just opened my phone out of habit and I was going to go scroll. I have the footage. I never edited the video together because my content, I post 2 videos a week. This type of video essay, documentary, whatever it was going to take me weeks to edit in between all my other videos. And I was like, this is such a big feat of an editing project that I just took on. When was I going to find time to do that? I feel like I should just do the whole project again. That is a video that I did and I never published, but it was such a good video. I learned a lot. Marissa said, explain an Instagram Instagram post from 2019 or anytime before you started your YouTube journey. This picture, I feel like I've showed this picture before. We'll screenshot this one. It's April 1st, of course, April Fool's Day, 2018. When I was in college, the second house that I lived in, there's a beer company. I think it was it Pabst? They were doing this thing where if you like sent a video about their beer, you could win $40,000. This was like in the Vine days. This was when I was always making videos on Snapchat all the time. That's like kind of how I started making videos. And I saw that this beer company, which I drink beer, a girl who drinks beer in college, the perfect storm. There's this whole montage of the video where I snake. Oh, Riley just walked into my office. I heard the door open. I snake the drink. Hiya! That was my nephew. That was so scary. I swear that he like jump scares me sometimes. I heard a door open and I thought it was Riley just pushing into my office, but I think it was the sound of this door opening. I didn't hear the handle turn though, and then I said something else, and when I looked back over here, my nephew was just standing right around the corner. Because no one ever like walks in on me filming. Like my mom and my dad can hear me filming and talking to myself, so they don't interrupt. They don't just walk in because they know. But my nephew, being a kid, just like walks in. Walks out. I'm like, ah! What was I talking about this video? Part of the video, I made like this scary, like a scary music montage scene. High stress of me unclogging the drain of living with like 4 girls. I think the video is me showing them things about the house. It's funny because another part of the video, I literally like, I have someone filming and they walk around the corner and I just like cut my bangs. And then I look right in the camera, like an office moment. I'm like, did not win them the money. But I was going to classes every day learning about film equipment and how to write scripts and whatever studious things. And I was turning around in my college house and making my roommates film me trying to win money from a beer company. If you could make a coffee shop, what would be the must-haves and the definitely no's on your menu? And this is from Chrissa Down 5437. I love all the numbers at the end of people's usernames. 5437. Let me talk about branding first. How we went to that one hot chocolate place that had like the really cool, almost like a braided woven texture to their koozies. There would be some type of fun branding marketing aspect of it that would make you think. I don't know what that would be, but there'd be something in there. The menu, I would have an expansive menu. You could get pretty much everything here. We're gonna have the matchas, the chais, the ice, the cold brews, the hot coffee, even like a tea section, the Italian soda section. Here is the parameters of the menu. You can only make a maximum of 2 or 3 changes to a drink. Add-ins, mix-ins, modifiers, 3 max. And you better choose wisely and figure it out. That's what it is. I don't want the Starbucks drinks that are like, I want the cream and I want it shaken and I want the espresso, but I want that half milk, half calf, kind of hot, lukewarm, in the blender, give it a good night kiss, shake it around, put it in a cup, put some cold foam, then some sprinkles and a little cinnamon dusting. I don't have very complicated coffee orders myself. If I modify something, I modify 1 thing, 2 thing, 3 thing, no. And we know what we're going to have at this Coffee Plus is like specials. There's going to be like rotating fun drinks, weekly specials of drinks that we put together that we think would be fun to try, but we make those. So if you can't find something you like on the menu, then try one of the rotating weekly specials. Don't come in here with the 75 modification things. Now, I'm thinking about the people who are like allergic to milk and allergic to this and allergic. That's a weird speed bump in my plan that I'm thinking of. You might need to modify more than 3 things because you're allergic. That part I haven't figured out yet. This one says Brianne _7. Brianne, favorite improv bit you came up with on or off camera? Brianne, there's so many. There's so many. We just had the Mark with the chili. For some reason, when I'm doing the cooking videos of the recipe, the fact that I always revert back to like the Disney songs, like, is it Aladdin or like The Little Mermaid or is it Mulan? I love that bit. Cooking video reverts to me like singing a Disney song somehow. The other is like the cocoa powder. Cocoa? Ooh, powder. I feel like I catch myself saying that sometimes. Brightonton. Sure. My husband's question, when the urge to poop strikes you in a new or foreign location, do you take poop there or do you rush to poop at a home or a trusted gas station? I would never poop at a gas station. I would maybe poop at a rest area. It's a little different than a gas station. It's like literally just a bunch of shitters. I'm never gonna poop at someplace that has like a 1 stall, a 1 room. I walk into the room, I have to close the door. We have to trust that the door closes, 1, locks, 2, and that people aren't pounding on the door. If I go to a house party and I have seen everybody at the house party and then I go to the bathroom, I'm like, okay, cool. There's like 10 people I could imagine banging on the door. If I go to a gas station, there's random people that just like drove up and now a stranger's banging on the door to use the bathroom. Scary. I have a huge fear of porta potties. I think I've really trained my body. Now this is TMI, but you asked a TMI question. I've kind of really trained my body that I poop at my own house. I really don't be doing that stuff out and about. I really avoid it. No, I will rush home. Maya Angeliqua. Would you rather have teeth as feet or tiny teeth as feet? Ugh. Tiny teeth as feet? Disgusting. Tiny teeth as feet, and then you have like all the little toes, like little bristles. Making me gross. I don't like that at all. Teeth as feet. Like a big ass buck tooth as my whole foot. That would shatter. Heavy stepper. Would have to go with that because I don't want tiny teeth. No. This is a good hypothetical would you rather because it's giving me anxiety. I'm already worried about like how much that would cut down on like my lifespan or like my ability to do anything. This one at Mimsy261. The last question they said is, what is your goal in content creating this year? And as your fans, how can we support that? Oh my gosh. Thank you for that question. I really want the channel to, well, one, like grow this year in this community and the Goobers and subscribers. Put our business hats on, okay? This is not the hoo-hoos, hee-hees. But I also feel like the channel is due for a major shift or change in content style, series, whatever. I don't know what that is. I have a couple ideas, yada, yada, yada. Honestly, at the end of the videos, when I ask you guys to like and subscribe and comment down below, that helps so much to the videos for like new people to see them, you sharing the video, you liking the video tells YouTube that you like it, and they'll show you more from that series or more of my content, or maybe they'll show you like an old video that pertained to this one that you didn't get to see. Subscribing to the channel helps a lot. Commenting down below, getting a lot of engagement on the videos helps. You could comment anything. Hey, awesome video. Hey, happy Monday. That's all you have to comment if you have nothing else to say. Sharing the videos, telling other people about them. I think that's really all I can ask you guys to do because you guys always show up for me and have been so supportive. I think more support than I truly deserve. Like some of the kind words that you guys say, I'm like, this is very, I mean, I don't know if the video's doing all that, but that's so kind. You know what I'm really hoping, I guess what I'm trying to say. I think if I want the channel to go through like a shift or the content to go through like a change this year, I'm hoping that everyone likes, whoever likes the channel now likes the shift and likes the change. And I think if you do, liking, commenting, sharing, and all that other stuff is really going to help with that change. You guys always are good on the support, but you ask, so I answered. And go check out the podcast, please. I feel like so many people who are subscribed to this channel would like the podcast. My daughter's question, if I was you, would you give me a cookie, please? I sure would. I got a cookie sitting on my dresser. I was going to bring it to the podcast tomorrow when me and Cole film. We were going to share a cookie if we need a little sugar rush. I said, we got cookies. Got cookie, give you cookie. Mary Berry 86. Who do you think is the funniest celebrity? I don't have a good answer for that because I don't know celebrities in real life. Just because you make someone laugh in an interview from like a pre-produced story that they told you that you were going to tell in the late night show, I don't care. I would have to meet a celebrity in real life and talk to them and have them make me laugh to then be like, oh, that's a funny person. So I don't have an answer for who's like the funniest celebrity. Then they said part 2 is who's the funniest person you know in real life? Who just cracks you up like doubled over, wheezing, laughing, crying. Oh my gosh. People make me laugh for different reasons and they make me laugh in different environments or ways that we're talking or like the perfect storm of like we're bantering, we're silly, we're goofy, blah, blah, blah. Cole makes me laugh when he's not trying to make me laugh. There is a video of Cole trying to tell me a story and we're like right by like a body of water. He's trying to tell me a story and I started recording because I was laughing so much.
And so I did it again. Shorts were like, oh my God. They were just, the pockets were hanging.
Cole and I get very like silly, goofy. Heather Fogel 85. You've just been given the honor to name a new national holiday. What is the new holiday called and when do we celebrate it? Oh, when do we? The new national holiday is called Kickback Day. And if you don't know what a kickback is like a party, but it's more chill than a party and it's more elevated than a hang. People show up and there's a kickback. You're sitting around the backyard drinking, having a good time, playing music, chit chat, maybe playing some games, lawn darts, doing whatever. A kickback could be in the basement, could be in your living room, could be everyone sitting around a kitchen table. It's a kickback. And I think on that day, everyone just has a kickback. Everywhere you go, everybody's hosting some sort of kickback, right? What day of the year is it? I don't know. You know, my birthday's on the May 12th. I'm gonna say it's like May 10th. Then you have a day to recover and then it's my birthday. How about that? Rachel said a couple of questions on here. What do your niece and nephew learn by watching you and how you live your life? Oh, for some reason when I read that question, I thought it said, what do I hope my niece and nephew get out of me making videos? You know, like my mom back in the day used to do scrapbooking. Me and my brother have scrapbooks of pictures of our life and trips we took all the way up until high school. And then she just like couldn't do it anymore. Or she was like, I don't have pictures of you. We don't do stuff as a family. You go off and live your life and you have to make your own scrapbooks. I've always kind of thought to treat my personal Instagram and my personal social media as like a digital scrapbook or like time capsules of my life. So I hope my niece and nephew can look back on the videos and be like, she's just goofy and funny. That's what she did for a job. And we're like, yeah. Jamie, my nephew, every so often will come up and like start referencing videos that I did. He loved the fake bangs video. I think that was one that he really liked. A big crowd pleaser for him. I like hearing about the videos that he thinks is funny. You know, every so often they're in a video, he could be like, oh my God, that was me. I'm like, yeah, that's you just walking into my Q&A. Scaring the shit out of me. Spaghetti taco. Well, I like that username. Said, what's the most insane scandal from high school you can think of? I don't know, maybe a couple pregnancies. There was a lot of fights. I remember like there was like a 2-month span in our high school where there were so many fights, like 3 a day, where there was enough fights that everyone was over it. So as the fight was happening, people would just take the fight and push the fight into like another part of the hallway so we could all get to class and walk around them. Everyone was so over the fighting. Well, your name's Spaghetti Taco, that's food. One story me and my friends still talk about from high school is like these 2 kids were like fighting with each other. I don't know what their beef was, but the one kid we had like how those KFC does like those famous bowls. This kid had like a whole bowl of mashed potatoes, and he took it and he hit the other kid in like the side of the face with the mashed potatoes, but it went everywhere, and it was right at the end of our lunch table. So I looked down, and like, you know, like the mesh part of a backpack where you put your water bottle on the side, there was potatoes all up like in the grill mesh part of my backpack. It was like a really lame food fight. And I remember the security guard came over like so nonchalantly, like walking as slow as humanly possible. And he's like, knock it off. And I was like, I got mashed potatoes on my backpack. Okay, Margaret McDaniel-D3Y. Is there one particular song you have designated to a specific task, like washing the dog and singing working at the car wash? No, I think I've proven myself enough that the jingles and songs that I kind of make up have no rhyme or reason to like a task, but I do sing random songs all the time, jingles. I can't think of any on the spot. That's kind of like the magic of them, is they just hit you out of nowhere. Whenever I'm in the shower, I always want to sing the Little Mermaid song, Part of Your World, but they don't reprimand their daughters. I always want to sing that song in the shower. How Will I Know by Whitney Houston, but it's a rendition of an a cappella group. And then the last song I always want to sing in the shower is Valerie by Amy Winehouse. Those are real songs though. Riley, my dog's nickname, is Sugar Bear. So sometimes I sing West Virginia Mountain Mamas, Take Me Home Country Roads, but I'll sing it and just using the word Sugar Bear. Sugar Bear, Sugar Bear, Sugar Bear, Sugar Bear. I just put out like a 25-minute montage of me singing of all the Vlogmas footage. And that was like 25 separate videos that came up to 25 minutes. That means I roughly sing about 1 minute every one of those videos. Melanie Troutman3905 says, what's your favorite pic of you as a kid? Oh, there's like 3 I can think of. I feel like I was very photogenic as a kid. I'm not very like photogenic smiling. Now as an adult, I just talked about this somewhere else. I just like, all of these pictures of me as a kid, I'm like, oh my God, I look like I'm having a good time. Look at my hair. My hair's down and I'm smiling. Something I never do as an adult. Oh my God. I never have my hair down, and I don't like smiling in pictures. Oh my gosh, but as a kid, my hair was always down and I was always smiling in pictures. Well, you just gave me an existential crisis. I really like these pictures. I think they're cute. It's so funny. Caitlin said, if you could choose the perfect day of meals, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, what would be the menu? Oh, for the love. First of all, the breakfast is going to be biscuits and gravy. Love biscuits and gravy. It's going to be scrambled eggs with cheese, turkey bacon. Somehow I have like the diner plates and it's like a diner cappuccino. That's that. For snacks throughout the day, we're going cheese and crackers board. Not full charcuterie, cheese and crackers board. A little bit of feta with the tomatoes with the onions and those crackers. That's great. That's another little snack. Veggie pizza. Lunch is gonna be like a light Caesar salad with some grilled chicken, like the best Caesar salad you ever had. Really good crunchy croutons. Oh, and like a side of fries. Dinner's gonna be like Mexican food. It's gonna be the best tacos you've ever had. It's gonna be those carne asada fries that I get sometimes. That's gonna be it. And somewhere in there, there's gonna be an iced coffee. Are you kidding? I wouldn't leave out an iced coffee. That's great. You were a wrestler. What would be your entrance song / outfit? My entrance song, I think it'd have to be something like AC/DC. Just because there's such powerful like music, something you could like stomp out to. It's all about the rhythm and the beat for me. Something you could stomp out to. Or it would be Hey Juliet by Elementi. All-Star Smash Mouth? Hey now. But like a remix, like something like... My outfit would be something with the damn splatter-painted windbreaker. I love the 90s windbreakers. Some type of cowboy boot, like a chunky boot. Obviously with other clothes, but like something like that. And then I would have a wig, so I could do like a dramatic like wig hair reveal. Or like my bangs. At some part during like the wrestling event, I would just like rip my bangs off. Hey Juliet. Hey Juliet. Underscore dot aces space dot underscore. I like that username. They said, how does one survive their 20s? How does one survive being 20? I don't have an answer for you. Now that I'm in my 30s, I think it's weird that people in their 30s have an answer for how you survive your 20s. Maybe I didn't like do it right or something. I'd laugh a lot. Laugh a lot. That's how you survive your 20s. Find things that bring you lots and lots of joy. Things that you can keep around forever. A craft, a skill, laughter, friends. Make more friends in your 20s. Right. Make a lot of friends in your 20s, as many as you can. It's hard making friends as an adult. So that when everyone's life starts settling down in their late 20s and 30s, you still have a nice, big enough, expansive community that you feel your life feels full of people. I don't know. That's good advice for myself. I don't know. I should take my own advice. They said, my question, how do you feel after opening all your P.O. Box mail? Is it strange to know how many people consider you a part of their lives? Yes, that's something I can't really wrap my brain around, nor do I try and think about it too much. The P.O. Box mail, those videos are very fun. They're very like improv. Yes, and I never know what's going to happen. It's very fun. It feels like very like collaborative somehow. At the end of those videos, a lot of times I turn off the camera and I just like go sit down. Sometimes I just like lay in my office on the ground. But I just like kind of sit there and just like decompress. It's a lot. It's a lot of emotions. It's a lot of like learning about people and this, that, and the other thing. And like all in a good way. This one's from Instagram. EVPV. EVPV? Like easy peasy? EVPV. That'd be a hard username to tell somebody, wouldn't it? How you spell that? Oh, it's EEVEEEEPEEVEE. It's like the state of Mississippi. You better come up with a MISSSIS. You better come up with like a little cadence. How do you deal with self-esteem when filming yourself in videos? I'm currently struggling. Well, I wish you the best in your content journey after I just made fun of your username. I apologize for that. I apologize. I didn't know that. I'm just saying it's a handful of a username. That's fine. How do I deal with self-esteem issues like body image issues or how I look or how I sound that day or how I'm like presenting myself in film? Self-esteem. Self-esteem. Well, let's self-assess that. I'm not going to lie to you. I've done enough of these Q&As. I've been on the internet for a long enough time. Of course I have body image issues and self-esteem. Of course I do. I'm a human. I have emotions. I'm on the internet. I'm constantly being infiltrated of what the societal standards are of how you should look and how your body should look and your makeup should look and your face should look and aging is a bad thing and blah, blah, blah. All of the bullshit of life, of people trying to sell you stuff and blah, 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 of how you should be. Of course I have self-esteem issues. Sometimes it's like, it doesn't even have to be an outside influence. I just look at myself in the mirror one day and I go, I honestly, I hate the way that I look today. I hate it. I hate my hair, like my teeth. Big thing with my teeth lately. I don't know if it's I'm just watching myself in too many videos. I feel like my teeth look like they're literally being like chiseled out of rock. Like for some reason I feel like they're crumbling around my gums. Every time I go to the dentist, they say they look fine. Of course. Self-esteem issues. I was really going through them this past month. Currently still am. Today I feel pretty good about myself. Nobody leave a comment. Nobody leave a single comment. I can name a couple things you should be self-conscious about. I think a weird loophole of having self-esteem issues that are always going to be there is that I've been making videos for so long that I'm almost like numb. I take the emotion out of my own editing and filming where I'm like, I know what I look like and that's just what I look like and let's move on. It's like I just make so many videos. I have to look at my own face so much that there is kind of like a mental block where I'm like, there's not even time to worry about that because the video comes out at 5 p.m. Who cares if your hair looks real thin today? Who cares like if you look really schlubby and like your arm fat? Like I was doing a lot of this. You can see a lot. I'm like, you know what, girl? We have a lot to do. Move on. If that's the thing that makes or breaks the channel, is a little bit of fat on the arms, we have a lot of other stuff to worry about. The society is crumbling around us. That is crazy. There's a lot bigger things to worry about than that. I'll tell you the advice I always tell people if they ask me in person about like content creating and stuff is that if your videos are not about your vanity and about how you look, then neither should your worries. I make videos that are supposed to be funny and comedy and humor. As chosen by me, I do not do videos about my makeup and my looks and my outfits because that's not something I put a lot of time, effort. I don't put a lot of stock in those things. I don't think my value as a content creator is put in how I look. How pretty my makeup is that day. Like, did I do a good job? Looking cute. I don't put a lot of stock in that as a person on or off camera. I don't put a lot of weight on that. So because that's not what my content is centered around, my advice then is to be like, if you're going to make content on the internet, you should be your biggest critic. Nobody hates the videos as much as I hate the videos. Hate to tell you guys. No one likes the videos as much as I do. People could be like, I'm your biggest fan. No, I'm the biggest fan of my content because I'm the one that has to sit down and think about it, film it, edit it, present it, then comment on it, then stand behind it, then go and make a series out of it, then do it all again. I'm the biggest fan of my content. I'm also the biggest critic. But the only reason I put out content is because I am 1% more Some days it's 1%. I go, I hate the way I look. I hate the way this video turned out. I don't like this idea. I feel like it's not presented well. I feel like it's not even going to perform well. What is the point? I am always 1% more a fan of my work and how I present myself and how I blah, blah, than I am my biggest critic. And that 1% on the scale tilts it in the direction of then put out that video, make that content, believe in yourself. All right, that's a lot. That is a tough one. At Vinbo93, if I was a superhero in a Marvel movie, what would be your abilities, weaknesses, and origin story? Would you be the hero or the villain? Hopefully the hero. What the heck? I would be the hero. My abilities would be to like yap your ear off. My abilities would be like big distraction. I could morph into any sort of distraction that you needed. Distract the villains while they like break the doomsday machine. My weaknesses would be plain tiredness. They go, she gets extremely tired. Like, you know, when like you're playing a video game, there's like a bunch of lives in the corner. Mine would be like little coffee symbols. They're like, she needs coffee. And then I think my origin story would just be, I was like the janitor at the superhero hangout. Like the superheroes rent out like a warehouse that they recharge at and whatever. And I'm just like the janitor that works there. And then one day, I don't know, what makes me like, what brings me from like a civilian to a superhero? Try to go mop up some like plutonium or something radioactive that like turns me into like a superhero. Yeah, something like that. I'm like the people's people. This one, Valerie, is it Barreau? Valley Barreau 6431 had a bunch of questions. If you could switch places with any person in your life for a day, who would it be? Anybody in my life for the day? Gosh, we could do like some emotional growth, putting myself in other people's shoes. It would be like maybe like one of my parents, but I'm thinking Riley. I want to know what Riley's brain thinks about because he is always in here like bugging me for treats and then he wants to go outside. I wonder what he thinks of the backyard. I wonder what he thinks of like coffee runs. What is that boy thinking about? Renee Drezowicki 8598. If you still had no following, but made if you were still a loser, if you had no following, but made a video today that suddenly went viral and kickstarted your career, kind of like what happened, what do you think the video would be about? What a fantastic question. The cactus is sitting right here. I know y'all never see him and you want to see him. He's sitting here, he's chilling. That's Alloy the cactus, the one that started my whole career. I like to tell people no. I'm like, that's the cactus. If I just started making videos today from scratch, 0 on all the profiles, brand new phone, brand new app. What is TikTok? Let me see what that is. I honestly think it would be about as something as simple, trivial, mundane as a cactus, as a plant, as a stapler, a phone charger. I honestly think it would be an everyday object, experience, task, thing, feeling. I would somehow make a video about something like that, make it funny, try my best, post it, and it would go viral. I only think that because I really do feel like that's kind of like my bread and butter brand of my humor is I like making mundane, everyday things funny. How does comedy relate to this? What is the funny part of owning a cactus that you know nothing about? I don't know how to water it, where to put it. Does it need friends? Do plants move in herds? I have no idea. Why did I buy this cactus at 11 p.m. at night at a Walmart? Why would I buy a plant right before I go to bed? It makes no sense. I think that's just my type of humor. I'm a normal person and I do normal things and I try and find the funniness in that, which is also part of being a goober, which I talk about all the time. Should I move over here so it's a little brighter? I just think it'd be something funny, stupid, mundane like that. Would it be coffee? No, the coffee video market's oversaturated. It'd be something as random as a cactus or a plant like that. Very good question. And I'm glad that that's still the type of comedy content I like to make. _Olson. This is such a good question. If your YouTube channel was a smell, what smell would it be? I would have to say like it's gonna smell like a generic original chapstick. And it's also gonna smell like a little bit of coffee. It might also smell like a little bit of Fritos. You know dogs' toes? Sometimes their toes smell like Fritos because it's whatever. It'd kind of smell like a little bit of Fritos because I feel like Riley's on the channel or his dog hair is everywhere. But also like I got the nickname a little bit of like Lemon Loaf. Lemon Loaf was like this funny bit that we were doing for a little bit. It smells like you're about to take a bite out of a lemon coffee bread. When you take a bite out of the bread, you accidentally eat a little bit of your chapstick. It's a great question. If anybody else has any other ideas of what the channel would smell like, let me know. Carly said, what is the worst type of person to be stuck next to for 10 minutes? First of all, the person who stands too close to you. I've probably said this on every single Q&A when people ask me about pet peeves or things that I hate or things that I would change. People who stand too close to you. Get out of my personal space. Get out of my bubble. Get out of my ear. I shouldn't feel you breathing on my neck. You shouldn't be able to see anything in my little basket of cart. You should be able to read the text on my phone. Why are you so close to me? I don't care if we're standing in a line to go to the checkout. The line can have a little bit of give to it. We're not dominoes. We don't need to be stacked up on top of each other. And then next to that type of person, Karen, like that sounds like a generic thing. Just like someone, I'm always gonna reference the post office. When I go to the post office and I'm like standing in line and people are just like sighing. just taking too long. And I'm like, so like performative. Oh, are you upset that you had to go to the post office, a place where you stand in line like everybody else? Because the world functions on things from going from one place to another, so we have to ship them at the Oh, are you in a line? Oh, are you upset that you're in line? I don't care. Stop sighing. Stop like mumbling under your breath. I don't give a shit. Shut up. This one, spelled jailbreak, but with a Y. What's the biggest thing that helps you stay motivated to keep creating content? My boyfriend and I love your videos. We watch them every day. Our favorite series is like Cooking Without a Recipe. We see how hard you work. It is very admirable and hope, oh my God, admirable. And hope you know that it does not go unnoticed. Love you, Queen. What's the biggest thing that helps you stay motivated to keep creating content? Well, this is probably not the answer you're going to love. I think the biggest motivation to keep making content is to have a job. I love being funny. I want to make people laugh. But currently in my life, this is the avenue in which to create content to make the most amount of people laugh. So that's what I'm doing. And I stay motivated because I need a paycheck every month, like everybody else needs every month or every 2 weeks, to pay my bills and to keep doing this, right? Like there has to be a give and take. So I stay motivated because I need a job and I need to keep making videos for a community that keeps showing up for me. I have to keep showing up for them so that they stick around and watch the next video and the next idea and shift with me through different phases of my life or different phases of content. And I want to be creative and make people laugh as a job. That's such a fantastic job. So all of that is motivating. I also think that's why I have deadlines. I try and get the videos out 5 p.m. and 2 p.m. Monday, Friday. I need those deadlines. I'm a person who works in deadlines and parameters and a schedule, even though my life is very unscheduled in some senses. Girl, we gotta get it done. Done, diddly done. Liz with like the heart hands and the crying face. Will you and Cole ever have guests on the podcast? She's got the eyes. I hope so. I really do. We only got 2 twin beds on the set of the studio, but me and Cole were just talking about last night about having guests on the pod and how we would do that. We have to buy like another microphone and like a weird like a splitter for the cord. It's a whole thing. Yes, we should. We better have some guests on the pod. If you're not listening to the podcast, you should. In Bed with Christine and Cole. Good podcast, good times. KTY_Williams said, do you have a favorite being an ant memory that still makes you smile? At Halloween time, drove around and looked at a bunch of Halloween lights. Brother and my sister-in-law were up front. Then it was like my niece was sitting over here like in a car seat. And in the very back row, it was me and my nephew. And looking at all these like Halloween decorations were like slow rolling people's houses. And there's like this really scary scene at this one. Like scary stuff. And then there's like just a random like really funny looking pumpkin. And my nephew goes, TT. He's like, your head looks like that pumpkin. And it crushed in the car. And no one else heard the joke because there was like so much separation, but I was like, no! Oh, you think I look like that pumpkin? He basically said I had a big, fat, chunky head with like a big jolly look on my face. He thought that was so funny, and it was a good dig. And then meanwhile, my niece, if you ever sing the song We Will Rock You, we will rock you. Something I've heard them sing in the past. Allie just kept singing We Will Rock You. Over and over again. Jamie's saying I look like a pumpkin. Chaos on the back of the car. My brother and sister-in-law are like, what are you guys giggling about? Yana VIII? They said, what do you miss about your past self before getting into the social media career? And there was 6 likes on this. You nosies? That's a very interesting question because that begs the thought that I've changed from my past self before I made videos. I don't think that I have. And I hope that's a positive thing. I don't think I've lost anything. I think my critical thinking skills about what to share and what not to share and like who I am on social media and who I am as a person, I think maybe it's not given me like a split personality, but there's definitely like Christina as a person and Christina as a content creator, and they overlap very much so, but I feel like there are still parts of my life that I'm always going to keep offline, or there's definitely like parts of my personality that I don't present in a funny YouTube video. I feel like the division of being this person and that person has increased, which people who don't have this job don't have like maybe you act a little different at your work, but the two worlds don't collide as much, and mine seem to collide. I don't know if I've lost parts of myself. I think I've gained more critical thinking about myself and my life and stuff like that. For the love, that is a deep question. One for a therapist, some would say. Travis had some good questions, ones I don't necessarily have an answer to. So I'm going to skip down to the bottom one. Would you rather be 10 minutes late forever or 30 minutes early forever? 30 minutes early. I hate holding people up for like appointments, or like if it's like something dire that needs to start on time and it's on my shoulders and I just know that I'm going to be 10 minutes late. I could tell people I'm going to be 10 minutes late. I'm like, hey, I know it starts at 7. I'm telling you, I will be there 7:10. than 10. I could warn people about that, but it's still going to piss people off, especially if it's like something that's out of their hands as well. I'm like, well, the movie starts at 7. Can't ask the theater to push back the time. I would rather be 30 minutes early forever. Oh yeah, because if I knew I was going to be early, I would bring my phone and do some work. This says Mia.Fireheart. Seen you on the channel. Thank you. What would you like to know more about your fellow goobers? Like the people that watch the channels. For some reason, I might see like your username and then I comment on something and I see your username again over here and then like I see you on the Patreon and I see this and then I get a letter from you in the mail. It's really hard for me to like, not trying to put you guys in boxes or like columns. It's really hard for me to be like, who are you? I feel like you guys kind of know who I am. Who are you guys? Where do you live and what's your age? For some reason, I think everyone is like, I have a hard time picturing what you guys do, like, on a day-to-day basis. That's not coming off as mean. I have a hard time conceptualizing and, like, picturing where everyone's from and how old you are and what your day-to-day looks like versus my day-to-day. Even if you live, like on, like, a coast, like, the farthest state away from me, I'm like, yeah, but what does your day look like? How does your day relate to my day? How are we intertwined? Some people, I'm like, well, a lot of people on the channel maybe drink coffee, and I drink coffee, so they find that interesting. Or maybe they eat a lot of fast food, so when I go do like the fast food videos, they know what I'm talking about. They've experienced. Or maybe they live somewhere where they've never had fast food and it's interesting to watch someone who does get to have fast food have it. Sometimes I don't understand how people are relating to the videos, which I don't know if is really my thing to know. We can all relate on being human and like having the human experience and trying to be funny. I guess that's how we all relate. And then other people, I'm like, I can't even imagine what your day-to-day looks like. So then you come home and you sit down and you watch a video and you're just watching somebody that you can't relate to at all. It's a weird conundrum of a thing. Good question. At sage.executed. Whoa. What's the comment that lives rent-free in your head? And it can't be the yak one, which still cracks me up. From who is that? Jeff? Some guy named Jeff? Jim? I keep forgetting his name. He says, I can't stand this video. She's yakking so much. I'm sure that drives everybody nuts. I said, I've literally built a whole career off of it, but thank you for your input, Jeff. Doesn't know how to make a damn green bean casserole. Shout out Dorcas Riley. This is a comment that I have written on a post-it note on my wall, and this is not a comment from social media, but this is a comment from real life. One time, my old roommate's classmate friend, she took classes with this guy. They're not friends, but they were cordial. And he had seen me out and about somewhere and I was making people laugh. And he walked up to me afterwards or told my friend, quote for quote, he said, and I have this written on my office wall. He said, your laugh could cure sadness. It was so memorable to me because I always try and make other people laugh. And he's like, your laugh, you laughing. The sound of someone making you laugh could cure sadness. I don't know. It was just such a nice compliment. I was like, I like my laugh and I love laughing. But when someone else makes me laugh, I make sure that they know. That was great. I needed that. Thank you for that laughter, because that was great. I needed that. I love calling that out. It's like he was basically a stranger to me, and it just felt like such a pure compliment. And above all else, he did not seem like the type of person to give out compliments. Your laughter could cure sadness. Like, you just got this great laugh. Thank you. I appreciate that a lot. All right, we've answered so many questions. I feel like I've told you too much about myself. So there's that. I'm going to answer more questions on the Patreon. Some questions that people asked over on the Patreon. I didn't get to all of them, so we're going to answer more over there. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And when I say that, I mean that. Thank you so much. Help me out. Engage in the video. Go watch another one. Like it. Go over here. Look at this. Like that. Share that with a friend. You know somebody who cooks, bakes? I would drive them crazy in the kitchen. Send them the video. Watch this girl. She puts water in everything. It'll drive you up the wall. Make you want to throw your phone away for a week. She made a video about that. Do all the things, press all the buttons, you know the drill. Everyone who supports me over on the Patreon, that's also how you could like support me, is a bunch of content over there. We have like a little community over there. We've got different types of chats with quotes. And Wednesdays we hang out over on the Patreon. It's called Sips and Spills, like a little FaceTime video, kind of like this video, like a very sit down sort of tell me about yourself. Like a weekly interview. What have you been up to? I'm like, I tried a new cup of coffee. Thanks for all the questions. My goodness, you guys ask good questions. Your questions could cure sadness.